Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot reading for Virgo, February 2020. It's just a general reading. I have laid out the cards a little differently this time just to keep it a little bit more interesting, maybe to flesh out some more isolated ideas. But overall, this is where we're going to be starting. This is the Eight of Cups, and this is actually a card that I drew, which will give us just an idea roughly of what the year 2020 will hold for you, just as a general energy. This area, I felt that there was a little bit of conflict or tension, and so I felt that just to have a clarifier on that, that would be your advice card. And again, these are all clarifiers below, and these are the cards that they will be clarifying. These in the corner are the life purpose cards, and I feel sometimes it's just a good idea just to get a little direction as to where we're headed with the year 2020. So these are a little more general to the year 2020. These are advice cards for again 2020 and into February. So just overall energies, but basically this is the area that we'll focus on just to get started. I tend to be a little long-winded, that's why I pre-drew the cards, so I'll try to get to the point. Eight of Cups is actually a card representing a time of transition, so it's letting go of the past, it's moving ahead into a new direction. There is clearly something that you are not comfortable with, that you are trying to wade your way through. But it is overall, eights are about overcoming obstacles. So that eight, as I said, is a time of transition, and it's about letting go of things that no longer serve you. So you might be exploring something different, moving off in a new direction, meaning you've either gotten started in that direction or you're just changing direction very shortly here, and then and walking away from, moving into a better time frame anyway, moving ahead to a fresh start, because this is the Star card, and the Star card is one of inspiration. It's a card of shedding light on, happier times. I feel that this overall reading is really more about personal growth, not so much about the Pentacles with money, for the month of February anyway. But I do feel that you are focusing more on practical things, because, as I say, the Star card is one of illuminating times in your life where you are, you're feeling much more optimistic. You're feeling more inspired. You're feeling more motivated. So you are coming away from getting past the hurdle of the Eight of Cups, and you're finding some kind of self-expression here. So the divine is leading you. You are being divinely led. There's actually quite a few cards that are, indicating that you're being guided. So again, be open and receptive. You block yourself when you're filled with anxiety, so you're not allowing the divine to speak to you. And so you want to make sure you try to remain open and let go, and try to clarify what you can control and what you can't control. But again, the Nine of Pentacles is, I felt this was more of a reading for personal growth and development. And even though the Nine of Pentacles generally represents, resourcefulness and a sense of independence, I do feel that it's still relevant to being independent and being self-reliant. I don't know that I feel that it's more about money. I do feel it's more along the lines of some kind of mending or healing. And moving away from the energy of the self-sabotage, which is, again, another eight. When you have two eights, I mean, it's emphasizing that you are overcoming obstacles. The Eight of Swords is really one of overcoming self-imposed obstacles. So it's your own self-sabotage. You can see she's loosely bound. You can see that she can remove that blindfold at any time. It's really nothing that is impeding her. It's just her own sense of her own blockage that is not allowing her to move forward, and perhaps it's related to that lack of direction, that sense of being victimized. And I also get a sense that there's a lack of appreciation here. So the Queen of Pentacles is really somebody who's nurturing and, always doing for others. It's someone who is always very caring and home loving, and loyal and tends to be, focusing on other people and very dependable and resourceful kind of person. I feel this is your energy, but I feel that there's also a lack of appreciation going on there, that there's some sense of restriction that because of I think that you're also lacking in some sense of direction, but I also feel that there's a lack of appreciation that you've done for other people for so long that you've almost lost that sense of direction. And that would explain why the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of, again, difficulties and feeling, pain, of conflict. It can even be sort of a sense of jealousy going on here too, because there is the Three of Swords coupled with the Seven of Swords, and that's an indication as well that it might even be a third party involvement here, but there's some kind of wounding, some kind of jealousy, some kind of lack of appreciation, which has caused you to lose your sense of direction. And there is also, the idea that you're caught up in your head. There's a lot of anxiety going on here. The Ace of Wands is letting you know, however, that you are moving out of that. This is a card of expansion. So, and it's a fiery energy. So there is a sense that you are moving past this. You've got your grounding back. You're feeling more passionate about life. And as well, this is also a card of expansion and communication. So you are getting past this. And again, the overall indicator that you have some decisions to make. This was the advice card, was about decision making. So release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So again, this card is just reiterating what was basically already said. This is a card and a personal development, and just letting you know that you need to go forward with a little more self-care and attention. Again, that was the long-standing relationship here that I feel that's been going on for some time with the Six of Cups. And there's also the Five of Pentacles, which is indicating that there was some kind of a sense of loss. That there was also the Four of Pentacles, this was loss and disappointment, but the Four of Pentacles is giving me the feeling that somebody was feeling, there's emotional insecurity here, and I suspect that it is you. But being stubborn and stagnant and resisting change, and you've got some kind of limiting viewpoint that is either making you more of a control freak or someone else that is becoming much more possessive. But overall, again, these are things you're getting past. This is just what that overall feeling was in this corner here. So the universe is helping you to synchronize and move forward, and that's what it's lining things up for you to move into a better place. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is doing. So again, the Wheel of Fortune is moving you in a more positive direction. This is a turning point. So it is a period where you are actually going to be experiencing some opportunity and some better luck. This was also clarified, I should have mentioned this, with the Four of Pentacles here. Fours are also about finding, there's limitations, and there's limitations that are going on there that, about doubts holding you back. But with the Four of Michael, this is a card that's telling you insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So again, it's one of self-care. Again, that was what I was feeling from this, is really more of personal development, and self-care, and worrying over some kind of a relationship, feeling jealous and tension. And again, this is just for the month of February. It can trail over into the next months, but for the most part, it is ending on a positive note. So toward the end of February, I suspect you'll be celebrating, and there'll be some positive support coming through with the Three of Cups. Cups are all about emotions, so it is, finding that balance again. And again, Three of Cups, like I said, is about finding that celebration, trust in others, and you're well supported. you're just feeling like you're more integrated and enjoying yourself. And that was clarified with the Nine of Ariel, and that was about your dreams are fulfilled and hard work leads to great success and a love for the beautiful things in life. So, you're finding some sense of happiness again in the month of February. And again, it can trail over, but this is just a general reading and sort of a rough synopsis of what you're looking at. So again, the life purpose cards were music, study, and books. And a lot of times when we have music in our life, we tend not to think of it in terms of just self-healing. Sometimes it becomes white background noise. And really, music is quite healing. So if you're ever trying to relax, this might have been something that you really enjoyed when you were younger or at another time in your life. And we tend to not focus on the things that we really enjoy to do when we're feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, maybe overtired from work. So music is your connection to music, is healing for yourself and others. So again, something to consider. Something about music in your life purpose needs to be addressed. Something about that would help to fulfill you on some level, as well as study. And again, I did feel a lot of this reading was about personal growth. So study, reading, research, and education help you to gain confidence and clarity about your career. So whether or not you've decided on what your career will be, I do feel that there is some kind of consideration to either a job or position that might be opening up that might require you to learn a new skill, but there is some sense of study that's involved here. Books, you connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So again, anytime we are trying to ground ourselves, creativity and artistic pleasures, those kinds of things, music, all of those things help to realign us with who we are. And just getting our mind off problems, oftentimes books are a way to center ourselves. So just things to consider. And also, the overall energies were also telling you to let go, walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. Sometimes stepping back from our problems is really a way to clarify who we are, where we're headed, what we're doing, let go of the things you can't control, and just deal with the information that you have and base a decision on what's in front of you. You can't always make a strong decision when you don't have enough information. So you sometimes just have to let it play out as it will. Yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercising. And again, these are things that help to get you out of your head. When we cause a shift in our bodies, this is also something that allows us to shift our mindset. So when you can't unlock in the mind, sometimes you need to go to the body to unlock your mind. So again, stretching and meditation, which was also with the Four of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation and the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. I know it's really hard to find time in this day and age, but if we don't make time for those things, a lot of times health issues can dominate down the road if we don't do self-care. So again, month of February overall projection was really one of self-care, letting go of the things you can't control in terms of relationships, jealousy, things that really were, you're going to end up communicating and expanding, expanding that situation so that you are able to relate to that other person. So nothing you really need to worry about. But again, I just felt this was one of personal development. You're on a new path that I suspect will manifest somewhere in March and following throughout the year. But for this reading, again, this was a general reading, Virgo 2020. And hope to see you back at my channel. Please subscribe if this resonated with you, and I will try to better my sound system and camera as I go along, but I'm fairly new to the channel, so please bear with me.